The COVID-19 pandemic has brought challenges to musicians all over the world. With concert halls closed and performance venues canceled, we as artist teachers must find ways to keep our field vibrant and our students continuously inspired. The USC Collegiate chapter will present on effective ways of hosting a recital, the usage of technology, and the pros and cons of a live stream and a pre-recorded recital.
Before we begin sharing the how-tos of successfully hosting your students' virtual recitals, Barry and I would first like to highlight a few pros and cons in giving a live stream and a pre-recorded recital.
To summarize the pros of having a live stream recital, performers are able to simulate the excitement, nerves, anticipation, and confidence building that one attains from playing spur of the moment. We are also able to remain safety protocols during these times.
A few of the disadvantages would be the inconsistency of technology, such as audio-video latency due to unstable internet connection, as well as noise factors that could easily distract the audience and the performer. For pre-recorded recitals, here are a few pros and cons. Besides the added enhancements to audio and video quality, students are able to greatly improve their performance through multiple takes.
One downside of pre-recordings is that performers could feel a loss of excitement, losing the adrenaline rush of playing for an existing live audience. Now that we've looked at selective points to help you make a more insightful decision, let's take a look at both recital setups in more detail.
The process of setting up a live online recital is not much different than that of a traditional in-person recital. The scheduling, program making, and communication with parents and students remains mostly unchanged, though you will save on printer ink. Instead of booking a physical venue, you will need to secure a digital space on the online platform of your choice.
It is best to use the platform that you and your students are most comfortable with. We have found that Zoom is best for musical performances because it offers the most robust options for audio and video.
Here is our step-by-step process. Step 1. Work with students and parents to find a good day and time to schedule the recital.
Step 2. Set up the meeting on Zoom. Here you can set up the day and time of your recital. This should be done well in advance so that the Zoom link can be shared with parents, students, and their family and friends. Make sure that videos are turned off by default. The waiting room should be enabled so that you can selectively admit audience members to the recital. A password should be required to prevent Zoom bombing.
Next, create a digital program. Then, email students and parents well in advance and let them know the Zoom link. Students should be able to invite friends and family, but keep in mind that a typical Zoom Pro account can only host 100 participants.
Step 4. Communicate with parents and students so that they understand how to set up their equipment for optimal audio and video quality and internet stability. First of all, make sure Zoom is updated to the latest version. You can update Zoom directly from the home screen. Advise students to use an Ethernet cable if possible. Wired connections are much more reliable than Wi-Fi. If Wi-Fi is the only option available, their device should be positioned as close to the router as possible with minimal obstructions. For audio, make sure that the following items are checked in the audio settings menu on Zoom. Original sound should be turned on. This option can be found on the top left of the Zoom interface.
For their video, work with students and parents beforehand to find a good placement for the camera for an optimal viewing angle. Make sure that the mirror video option is left unchecked.
All right, it's recital day. Make sure to ask your students to log into the Zoom account early so that they can do a sound check. Also, you can add your PDF program into the chat for the audience members to access as shown on your screen. As the host, you'll be running the entire program, so make sure your audience members and students are on mute until their turn. Get ready to spotlight your students, and as one is playing, be ready to switch the next one in. As an added bonus, I even added an applause clip by sharing my computer sound.
Next, we will walk through how to present a pre-recorded video recital on YouTube. This naturally involves a little more preparation on the front end for both you and your students. First, Be prepared to advise them on technical components, like what type of equipment to use or maybe where to place a microphone. One useful video tip is to use the horizontal landscape, not the vertical landscape orientation. This wide view enables a better picture, but more importantly ensures that all your videos have a more uniform look. Another performance aspect to consider is how you would like your students to present themselves. Should they dress up? Would you like them to take a bow after they finish performing? However you plan your recital, make sure to communicate those details so that your students know exactly what to do. And finally, set a date for them to share their videos with you so that you have plenty of time to organize and compile the videos.
Here are the steps on how to create a pre-recorded online recital at a YouTube playlist. First, upload each of your students' videos into your YouTube account. Underneath each description, please type your student's name, repertoire, and keep the look consistent. Next, in this option below, please select No, it's not made for kids. This way, every video can be added to a playlist successfully. Underneath the visibility settings, we recommend that you choose Unlisted. This gives privacy protection rights for your students and their families, because only those with the link can view the videos. Now, it's time to add all videos to a playlist. To do this, go underneath Video Details, select Create Playlist, title your playlist, and then choose Unlisted. Finally, click Save. Here is an example of our USC MTNA Collegiate Chapter Student Online Winter Recital. As you can see, you can drag the videos to change the order of the programming. It's also nice to add a welcome video at the beginning of the playlist to give a nice personal touch to your students and their families.
Despite the event taking place online, it is possible to create excitement in the days leading up to the recital. Make sure to go over the following steps applicable to both live-streamed and pre-recorded options. Number 1, create a digital recital program. Here's an example from our MTNA USC Collegiate Chapter Winter Recital. Providing a program allows for the audience to follow along more easily and creates a sense of attending a live performance. Number 2, prepare student certificates. Creating certificates for our students is important because it acknowledges our students' hard work. Number 3, set a premiere date and time for the welcome video. Go on youtube.com, click on the top left corner and click Videos. Hover your mouse over the welcome video and click on Details to get to the video settings. After listing the video playlist links in the description, scroll down and look to your right where you can schedule a premiere date. I set mine to December 25th at 5:30 p.m. and set the time zone to Los Angeles. Check the Set as Premiere box and make sure to save. You can click on the video link to see the countdown along with the interactive live chat box. And finally, number 4, make sure to email the video link to your students and parents prior to the event, along with the recital program and individual certificates. We want them to have this information ahead of time. Otherwise, they cannot attend the event.
Maybe you want the best of both worlds, having live reactions to pre-recorded compiled videos. I'll be showing you how to do this using 2 programs, iMovie and Handbrake, which you can download from the internet for free. Step 1, have your students upload their performances to a digital platform or Google Drive and share that with you. Remind them to keep a few seconds of silence before and after they play so you have room for transitions. Have them set the resolution to 1080p at 60 frames per second for a uniform video quality. Step 2, open a new library and title your event. Start a new project and you'll see your timeline pop up. From here, drag your students' performances in the order that you want into your timeline. You can add title cards instead of having a traditional paper program. Step 3, share your video. When exporting, if it's still a very big file size, run it one more time through Handbrake to further reduce. This is very important because we are sharing this file over Zoom, so the larger the file size, the more likely it is to glitch or freeze. Save your finished file to your destination of choice and you're good to go. From here, it's just a matter of screen sharing that video to your studio on recital day.
As you can see, there are multiple advantages to the online recital, whether you present it live, pre-recorded, or perhaps a hybrid of both. Please refer to our handout to review any of the how-to steps we covered, and then maybe set a date for your next online recital. Thank you.